Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 7. So we've reached the Jersey Shore episodes where the cast normally goes to the Jersey Shore for like maybe 2 to 3 days. They had like a big blowout at some party or something, like some big fight. And then they all go back to the city afterward. I wonder where the cast trip is going to be this year. Like they need to do something because it's becoming a little bit too routine for me. Anyway, they're opening up with the two new girls. They're shopping for Melissa's Luau event. It looks like they're getting along so far before they both choose sides eventually later in the season. The blonde chick Danielle, like she is sticking to this story about her brother. She's really putting 20 on 10 with this. Even when she first said it, just something in the buttermilk ain't clean with that. Like, is it really off of social media? You blocked him and now y'all just not speaking to each other? Like, it just seemed like she's desperate to have something in common with Teresa. The conversation then turns to Margaret and Jennifer, and Danielle, she's just too worried about things that just don't have nothing to do with her. Like, just have a mind of your own and establish your own friendships. Like, why is she worried about two bitches she just met? And Danielle has clearly chosen sides in this situation. Like, she's like, oh, well, Margaret's just being too hard on Jennifer. Anybody can see that Jennifer isn't the victim in this. Like, she kept talking that mad stuff to Margaret, and Margaret finally came back at her with a bazooka and aired her business out that she tried to hide on a reality show, and she got mad about it. And now she's clearly trying to get back at her this season. I was digging Danielle at first, but it looked like she's just trying too hard to be on Team Teresa. And now she's speaking on Margaret's ex-friend and what she said, even though she's never met her, and just going on hearsay. Oh, well, Margaret, I hear she has an arsenal on all of her friends and just waiting to drop the bomb on them. She dropped the bomb on Teresa. No, she didn't. Not at all. What happened with Louis, like all that strange behavior and stuff that was coming out about him, that came out already. That wasn't through Margaret. And Jennifer had it coming. This is silly. That's all I have to say on this. Next scene, we're with Teresa at the jewelry store. She's getting gifts for her bridesmaids. Jennifer joins her because she knows the jeweler who's related to her husband. In this scene, Jennifer's just all up Teresa's ass. Lord. I just miss the old Jersey days where people weren't trying so hard to like align themselves with Teresa. So the conversation, of course, turns to Teresa's brother Joe, and I'm like, y'all, like, it's not just Joe and Melissa bringing up Teresa, it's the other way around too. So she's feeling some type of way that Joe and Melissa didn't invite her and Louis to stay with them at their Jersey Shore home. As if she would have said yes, and they're not really messing with you right now. So why would they? And if she really wanted to stay with them, all she had to do was just ask. Teresa then brings up how Margaret's staying with them when it should be her. And then Jennifer the minion says, that's because they're on Team Margaret more so. I thought y'all made up. At the end of the day, it's very clear what Teresa's doing is very intentional, like with her wedding and how she's treating Melissa and Joe. Like, she antagonizes them, and then when they respond to her, she tries to play the victim. And then Jennifer chimes in that the only reason Margaret's staying with them is because Melissa and Joe is afraid that she has, like, something on them. So next we see most of the cast just packing for the Jersey Shore, but with Dolores and her man, and it looks like he's not going, and she's bringing up that usually when she stays in the Jersey Shore, she stays with Frank, but not this time. She wants to set up boundaries because, you know, the man probably ain't cool with that, you know, her staying with her ex-husband. And just because Frank's girlfriend don't mind, it doesn't mean that Dolores' man is okay with it. We then see Jennifer badgering her husband again about having her back. I mean, divorce is just inevitable for these two. Like, I'm giving it one more season before he's just had enough of her. So it's the next day, everyone's arriving to the shore, and this is where everyone is staying. So at Melissa's shore house is going to be Jackie and Margaret. Rachel has a shore house, and Jen Fessler and Dolores is staying with her. And then Jennifer, she recently got a shore house, and Teresa and Danielle is staying with her. I feel like Jennifer, more so than her husband Bill, got this shore house strictly to film, and they live right next to the boardwalk, like literally footsteps. I've never been to the Jersey Shore. I always go to Atlantic City because the ninja likes to gamble. She also says that when she bought the place, like she just bought everything with it. So she just walked in, everything's furnished. She really needs to update that place though. So we're at Melissa's shore house, everybody's outside talking, and Margaret says that Teresa actually invited her mom to the wedding. And Melissa's like, what? Like, her mom didn't get an invite still to the wedding, but Teresa's just inviting everybody left and right. It's just so intentional, y'all. Like, that's why I don't Can I curse yet? Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with Teresa. And then we cut to Jennifer's shore house where Teresa's playing the victim, saying that, oh, well, they never invited me to their shore house. They didn't even let my daughter Gia go over there. That's why I just want to be around people that love us. Bullshit. We come back to Melissa's house and they're all talking about Danielle's brother's situation. Like, something does sound sketch about it, but Jackie's just taking the charge that Danielle is full of shit. Like she said, like, take it from someone who doesn't speak to their sister. Like, something's going on there. It just can't be Instagram. Look, I'm here for Jackie fighting for her spot on the show. I mean, finally something got her activated. So it looks like we're just getting right into Melissa's luau. It's just starting. Everyone's arriving. She really does have the best shore house of the cast. Ooh, I know that just burned Teresa up. These parties they be having at Jersey, I love to play the game Count the Black People. I haven't seen any yet. Y'all let me know if y'all do. So a little later in the party, we're with some of the ladies talking. It's Rachel, Margaret, and Jackie. Teresa's the topic of conversation, and then Margaret asks Rachel, did Teresa warn you about me? And Rachel confirms. And the thing is, Margaret would have never known that if it wasn't for Danielle. So Danielle put this on herself. Like, she started it, not Rachel. Of course Margaret's pissed about that, and you know she's going to confront Teresa eventually. We then cut to Joe Gorga in the house, and we see that he's back to his closet homosexual tendencies, and he's telling the other guys that he brought wax so he could put on Rachel's husband to get him back from guys' night. He brought adult diapers, Pepto-Bismol, and other shit, so he just wants to get back at him, and he plans to wax his chest at the party. So then we see Melissa join the conversation with Margaret and them, and then she tells them what Danielle said, that she has an arsenal. Now Melissa, very much like Teresa, isn't that bright, so Margaret has to explain what the word arsenal means to her. So now we see everybody getting drunk. Of course, Joe Gorga is facilitating all of this. The ladies are kind of just mixing and matching, but now it's Margaret, Jen Fessler, Rachel, I think Jackie, and now Teresa's joined the conversation. So now Margaret, because she ain't never scared, I just love that about Margaret. She is not scared of Teresa. She tells her, Rachel and Danielle told me that you're warning them about me, and I make a better friend than an enemy. Teresa looks a little blindsided by this, and she's trying to get her life together because you can see the wheels turning in her head. And then Teresa just flat out lies and says, oh, well, I don't remember saying that. Look, I wish we could just get production to roll the footage in real time. And now she's trying to intimidate Rachel by saying, you're trying to start trouble between me and Margaret? It was your homegirl Danielle that told Margaret in the first place. Margaret was just confirming with Rachel what Danielle told her. Y'all see this bullshit? That's why oh my God, I can't stand her. And I can't stand the fact that so many people just love Teresa. Because the only time Teresa didn't come off as an asshole was Girls Trip Season 1. Here goes Teresa trying to gaslight and cause confusion. Oh, this is so high school. Rachel says, I'm just telling her what you told me. Like everyone else does in this group. And then Teresa in her confessional says she doesn't appreciate her running to Margaret after she talked to her. No, that was your good homegirl Danielle that did that. Teresa now tells Margaret she's trying not to make a big deal about it, saying like, well, you know, you do make a better friend than an enemy because, you know, if they fuck with you, you're gonna come at them. Just like with me. Like, you meant that in a negative way. Teresa tries to play stupid, but she just is stupid. The conversation is then interrupted by all the men in the group, like chugging alcohol, making noise like cavemen. So now it's just Margaret and Teresa talking, and it looks like they come to an understanding. Teresa's just trying not to make a big deal out of it, and Margaret just goes along to get along. The party then continues, everyone's getting drunk. This is more so like a filler episode. Like, I don't feel like I need to like describe what everyone is doing at the party. There's the hula dancers. Jennifer's husband is getting wasted. Jennifer's getting wasted. Oh, so now we're with Dolores talking to Frank. And of course, Paulie, her boyfriend, is the topic of conversation. He didn't show up again to an event that Frank is at, and Frank is just feeling some type of way about it. And Dolores is making the excuse that Paulie needs to stay home because he just had heart surgery. I mean, it is a good excuse. He can't be like out there drinking like that right after like he just had major surgery. Frank, for some reason, wants Dolores to push Paulie to spend time with them. Like, he wants to have a relationship with Paulie, and I don't think the feeling is mutual on Paulie's end. Frank really just keep making it about him. Let Dolores go. You got your woman already. Ooh, Dolores is getting a little perturbed at the situation. She's like, listen, I'm just gonna leave it at this because y'all are getting on my nerves right now. So she tries to walk away, and then Frank tells her, you need to fix it. Dolores like, there's nothing to fix, Frank. Can y'all leave Dolores alone? The woman is happy. So now it's nighttime at the Luau, and the group we're with now is Rachel, Jen Fessler, Margaret, Dolores, Teresa, and Louie. So then Jen Fessler brings up to Teresa about her not inviting Melissa's mom to the wedding. And Teresa says it wasn't an oversight, it was intentional. Now see that? It was intentional, and she didn't want to say why. But then production in her confessional asked her, and then she lets us know it goes all the way back to the christening. Yes, season 3. So she's been holding on to that. Like, see, I think Teresa's in the wrong, y'all. In the wrong more so than Melissa and Joe. And she keeps fueling this beef between them. Because it seems like she don't give a fuck that Melissa's mom was close to her dad before he passed. That just shows how miserable of a person Teresa is. Anyway, she continues talking about the christening that was like, what, 11 or 12 years ago? And how Melissa's mom, I guess, had Joe and Melissa's back when they were arguing. Oh, and it's because of what they wrote on social media is what she was mad about. Child, and she talking about high school. All right. They're all trying to tell Teresa by not inviting Melissa's mom, you're driving a bigger wedge between you and your brother. And, you know, it goes in one ear and out the other with her. Like, she don't care. But then Louis says he actually talked to Melissa's mom and said he apologized on their behalf about the wedding. Teresa didn't know this. And then she says, well, why don't you invite her to the wedding? He didn't. But now, as he's trying to look for her, she already left. So we're still not sure if the mom was invited to the wedding or not. I guess we'll find out. But I'm thinking if Melissa and Joe skipped the wedding, then I'm sure her mom and sisters didn't go either. So a little later, we're with the guys now. And then Joe, he's just so happy to start waxing Rachel's husband's chest. Like, he's like rubbing his chest with the wax, and now he's starting to rip the wax paper off. That shit looks like it hurt, but I know Joe is enjoying this secretly. So next we see Jackie talking to Jennifer. Jennifer is fucking wasted right now, so Jackie knows what she's doing. She's like, oh, I just want you and Margaret to make up. Why? Jennifer can barely put words together in a sentence, but it looks like she's just not here for it. She then changes the topic to talking shit about her own husband and how he called their kids average. Now Jackie knows she don't care what Jennifer have to say to her. She is really leaning into this villain friend of role. So a little later, the gossiping starts again, and it's Jackie starting it about Danielle. Can they just fight already? I want to see it. So she's saying how Danielle's story about her brother, it just doesn't check out to her. And then you know Margaret's on that train now because she heard that Danielle was talking shit about her with the whole arsenal shit. I have never heard the word arsenal so much in an episode. So I'm guessing these ladies are talking loud about Danielle because Danielle just heard her name. And now she's telling people, I'm hearing my name, I'm hearing my name. Girl, if you hear your name, just go over there and say what's up. I'm sure producers would appreciate it. And here we go, Danielle is triggered by hearing her name being talked about. I hate that, I just hate that. Then do something about it. And I wonder, is she talking all this boss shit? Is she gonna fight? Because if you're gonna fight, just fight. Let's just fight. So now Danielle goes off to the other side of the party to talk to her husband and just says she knows that the ladies are talking about her because she hears her name. So here go Melissa join the other ladies as they're talking about Danielle. And what does Melissa do? She goes over to Danielle to let them know that they were talking about her story with her brother. And when Danielle hears this, she's just like, I gotta go. And Melissa knows what she's doing. She's trying to play producer right now, but she is no Giselle Bryant. You got a problem? What's that? I hate how production tried to give us a misdirect, like she went over there to tell the ladies, you got a problem? But anyway, yes, Danielle looks like she wants to beat a bitch ass. She gets up and then she tells Jennifer and Teresa, can we go? Can we go? So then, you know, they're rounding up their husbands. They're about to leave the party. She's pissed. It also looks like the other ladies can feel that Danielle left the party angry. So now it's Danielle, Jennifer, and Teresa and their husbands in the van. She's telling them what happened, how Melissa went over and told her they were talking about her brother and the story that she gave them. Danielle says she don't play this catty bullshit. It seems like the next time she see Jackie, it's on sight. Because she talking big cash money shit in that van. I don't do this, I don't do that. I want her to put up or shut up at this point. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So the last thing she says, the last person you want as an enemy is me. And that is where the episode ends. Fairly decent episode, but I'm just kind of over the Jersey Shore episodes. Next week looks really good because it looked like the Gorgas and Teresa finally get into it in front of everybody, and they keep teasing a fight between Louie and Joe. So we'll see. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the episode, and let me know what y'all think about Teresa. Like, are y'all still fucking with her? Because I don't. With that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.